So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be using this yarn. It's called CC Batik. It's color 17. It's 100 gram. I have 5 of these and 360 meter. It is 100% acrylic and it recommends a 4 millimeter hook. I'm going to use a 2.5 millimeter hook. I'll also use a tape measure and a pair of scissors. Anyway, let's get started. You're going to take the measurement of your collarbone from one end to another. The number you get, you're going to use that number to determine the amount of chains you make. Anyway, for me, I'm going to chain 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have done 40 chains. I'm going to measure my chain, and my chain measures up to 8 inches. And then we are going to proceed to the next part of our work. You're going to start by chaining 1, 2, and on the third chain from the hook, you're going to make a half double crochet, and the chain 2 that you made does not count as a stitch. So just take your stitch marker and mark your very first stitch. Then you're going to keep making half double crochets. Repeat this until you get to the end of your row. We are done with our first row. We're going to move on to our second row. You're going to chain 1, 2. This chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So on the very first stitch, you're going to make half double crochet. And the next stitch, make a half double crochet. Keep making half double crochets until you get to the end of it. We are done with our second row. You should ensure you have a total number of 40 stitches, the same stitches you started your first row with. So we're going to move on to our third row. You're going to chain 1, 2. This chain 2 does not count as a stitch, and on this row we are making an increase. So you're going to yarn over. In this first stitch, you're going to make our first half double crochet. Remove this stitch marker and you're going to place it on this first half double crochet stitch that we made. And on the same stitch, we are going to make our second half double crochet in the same stitch. And we have increased. So we are going to continue making normal half double crochet in the next stitches until you have 1 stitch left at the end of your row. I'm going to meet you guys there. We are on our last stitch. We are going to make 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and in the same stitch we make another half double crochet. So we have 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. We have increased. By the end of our third row, you should have 42 stitches since we have increased our stitch count by 2. We're going to move on to our third row and you're going to chain 1, 2. And this chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So we are going to make our first half double crochet in the very first stitch, and on this row we are not doing any increase. We are just making half double crochet in each stitch until we get to the end of our fourth row. I'll meet you guys at the end of our row. We are on our last stitch. Remove your stitch marker. We are going to make our last half double crochet, and this is how our fourth row should look like. So we're going to move on to our fifth row. We're going to chain 1, 2, and on this row we are going to make our increase again. So chain 2 on this first stitch, make 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. Put a stitch marker and then continue with half double crochet in every stitch. I'll meet you guys when you have one stitch left at the end of this row. We are on our last stitch of this row. We are going to make 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, and that is how you make increases. So for this top part of our work, we are just going to be alternating between a row of increases and a row of no increase. So the row after this one is a row of no increase. Okay, so for you to get the number that you need for your size, you're going to take the measurement of your bust. So for me, my bust measurement is 32 inches. So you're going to take that number, 32 inches, and you divide the number by 2. That is going to give me 16 inches. I'm going to keep repeating this sequence until it gets to 16 inches. That is half of my bust size, because I want this to cover the front part of my body. I'll meet you guys once I've done enough rows to cover my bust area. This is what we have after our increases. You should also have something similar to this. This goes up to our under bust. So we're going to measure this just to get an accurate number of what we are supposed to have. And mine measures up to 16 inches. Also factor in that it stretches a bit. We are going to continue the same sequence until we get to row 36. And we are alternating between an increase row and a decrease row because we just want to get some good coverage for our jumpsuit. I'll meet you when I get to after row 36. We are back. We've done a total number of 36 row. So we're going to measure our work, and this measures up to 12 inches, I believe. We are going to add more rows from here, and we are not increasing. So from this row going forward, we are just making half double crochets without increases, and we'll do this until we get to 15 inches. That is right at the point where your belly button is. So when you reach your belly button, I'll meet you guys there. So for me, that's around 15 inches. So we'll just repeat until we get to 15 inches, and we are not increasing anymore. Okay, so you just chain 2 like usual and make half double crochet in every stitch. So repeat this until you get to 15 inches. I'll meet you guys after that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we have to measure this. This measures up to 17 inches. This is going to cover my front part, my tummy area correctly. Also take your waist measurement. Ensure the number you get can cover your front part correctly. So for me, for example, my waist is 27. So this work measures up to 17 inches, but it stretches a bit more. It can go up to 21 inches, and I want my work to be an open back. So whatever number you get, just consider that factor. We need to leave some inches at the back so that we can make our corset bag. So continue with this. I'll meet you guys after we get to 15 inches. We are done with our rows. We have a total number of 45 rows. We're going to join these two sides together, and I'm going to be using a 4mm hook. First things first, count your stitches. I have 74 stitches on this front panel, so I'm going to write that down, and then we are going to start chaining our work. I'm going to chain 30 stitches, and I'm using a 4mm hook because I want my stitches to be loose so that my jumpsuit can be able to go through my hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Once you've chained 30, we are going to attach this onto the opposite side of our work. So you're going to make a slip stitch. We are attaching our work using a slip stitch. I'm going to take my usual 2.5mm hook, and I'm going to continue working with it. So I'm going to chain 1, 2. This does not count as a stitch, and on the same stitch I'm going to make my half double crochet stitches. I'm going to make my half double crochet stitches until I get to this point where we started making our chain, and I will meet you guys there. We are back at this point. We are going to be making half double crochets on this chain that we made. We are on our last stitch, and we are going to slip stitch in the first chain that we made. And this is what you should have. This should be able to go through your hips comfortably. And now, because we chained 30 and the front part of our work had 74 stitches, we're going to take 30 plus 74. That is going to give us 104 stitches. So that is the number of stitches that we have. You can try it on to see if it goes through your hips comfortably. Okay? So for this next row, we are going to be making our usual half double crochet. On this row we are not increasing, so we are just making our usual half double crochets. I'll meet you guys when we get to the end of our row. We are going to start making our increases in this next row. So what we do to make your increase, you're going to chain 1, 2, and we're going to place 2 half double crochet in this same stitch, like that. And then in the next stitch, you're just going to make your normal half double crochets. And also remember, after we've added our stitches together, we have 104 stitches. So when you make increases, we're going to increase the number of stitches, okay? So we are going to keep making our half double crochets until we get to this side. This is where I'm going to place our second increase. So let's put a stitch marker right there. That's where we're going to place our increase. Keep doing this until you get to this point. I'll meet you guys there. We are at this point. We are going to place our second increase. So place 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. Remove your stitch marker. Keep making half double crochets until you get to this point. I'll meet you guys there. We are on our last stitch. We are going to make a slip stitch on this first half double crochet that we made. And then you're going to chain 1, 2, and keep making half double crochet. On this row, we are not making any increase. We are just placing half double crochets in every stitch. Going to be alternating between an increase row and a row of no increase. Also, take your hips measurement. So for me, my hips measurement is 39 inches. So I'm going to keep increasing until my work stretches to 39 inches. Okay? I'll meet you guys after that. We are back at this point. You're going to slip stitch your work into the first stitch that we made, like that. Also, we are going to be turning our work. Instead of working in circles like we are going to be turning our work. So just remember that. I forgot to mention that, and I think I'll undo these rows, but I think I'll just leave it. But always remember to turn your work after you've made a slip stitch. Turn your work this way, and we'll be working on the opposite side. So we're going to make our increase here again on the first stitch. Make 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. And then put a stitch marker on the other place that we made an increase, and we are going to make another increase when you get to that side. And when you get to the end of your row, always remember to chain 2 and turn your work so that you can work on the opposite side. And we can have the same type of finishing, the uniform finishing. So I'll meet you guys when we get to this point. We are back at this point. We're going to make a slip stitch and on this row we are not increasing, so we're going to chain 2. Remember to turn your work. We are not going this way, we are turning our work this way, and we'll be making half double crochet in every stitch without increase. So we are going to keep alternating between an increase row and a row of no increase. Also remember to always turn your work. We are done with our stitches. We've made a total number of 24 rows, and this measures up to 7.5 inches. So remember, we started our work at this point with 104 stitches, and we were increasing in one row and the other one we were not increasing. So by the end of this row for me, I have 124 stitches. So what we're going to do, we are going to split our work for our legs. So you're going to take 124, you divide that number by 2, that is going to give us 62 stitches. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So on your 31st stitch, put a stitch marker. So once you've taken your work, you've taken 124, you divide that number by 2, that's going to give us 62 stitches. Then you're going to divide this number by 2 again, and it's going to give us 31. Okay, so you put your stitch marker on your 31st stitch, and now you're going to leave that to the side, and then you're going to count from here up to the other side. From the next stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So from this point up to this point, we have a total number of 62 stitches. So 31 plus 31. So you put your stitch marker on your 31st stitch on this side. So you're going to count again from the next stitch, 1 up to 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Then you put a stitch marker. Then you count again up to 31, you put a stitch marker. What we are doing basically, we are dividing our work into 4 equal parts. And we're going to take our yarn and we're going to start splitting for our legs. So take your yarn, make a slip stitch. And we are going to be joining our work at this point here. Insert your hook. Make a slip stitch, insert your hook in the same stitch, and now we are going to chain 24. This does count as a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Once you chain 24, we are going to join it on this other side. This side we are going to have 62 stitches, and this other side we're going to have 62 stitches. So we are going to join our work at this point and make a slip stitch. And then on this last stitch, put a stitch marker just so that you don't miss it when you are crocheting. So we've joined our work This is going to be the back side of our work. We are going to cut off our yarn at this point because I don't want the turning stitch to be in the back or in the front. I just want it to be in the middle. So we're going to chain 1, 2, and then you cut off your yarn, just so that the seam is not at the front of our work, just like that. Ensure everything is secured. So remember this part, we are going to slip stitch our work on our first stitch on this side. Put a stitch marker on this last stitch. Ensure you cover everything. Then we're going to cut off our yarn. I want to put all the seams at the middle of my work. I don't want it to come to this point, so I want to move everything in the middle of our work. That's why I'm cutting off everything. So once you've done that, we're going to start joining our work from the middle part. Insert your hook on this stitch. Make a slip stitch. Then you're going to chain 1, 2, and on this very stitch, make a half double crochet. That chain 2 does not count as a stitch. Always remember that. And then you're going to just keep making half double crochets like usual. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are on our last stitch, and then on this space right here, we are also going to make a half double crochet. We don't want to have any gappings, just like that. And that is going to lead us to the rest of our work. Keep making half double crochet. I'll meet you guys at this point. We are back at this point. We are going to make a half double crochet on this stitch. Then remove your stitch marker. And then on the first chain, on the last chain that we made on this side, we're going to make our half double crochet. And we'll keep crocheting on top of this chain. Make your last stitch, and then I'm going to put a stitch marker on this stitch. And then we are going to slip stitch on this stitch that we made when we started our row, just like that. Put a stitch marker on that stitch as well, so that we can remember where we ended our row. We are going to chain 1, 2. Remember when I told you I want all our seams to be in the middle? So once you chain 2, we are just turning our work this way. And on this stitch, we are going to make a half double crochet. And basically, that's what I was going for. And then put a stitch marker on that stitch. We just want all our seams to be in the middle. And always remember to turn your work. We are not working in circles, we are always turning our work. Once we get to the end of our row, we make slip stitches, chain 2, then we turn our work. Just keep that in mind so that everything can be uniform. We are going to do this until we get to this point. I'll meet you guys at this point. We are on our last stitch. We are going to make our half double crochet, and then we're going to remove our stitch marker like usual, and you place it right here, just like that. After that, you're going to slip stitch on this stitch. Let's remove this. You slip stitch right there. Return your stitch marker. Then you're going to chain 2, and always remember to turn your work, and then turn your work. After that, just repeat the same sequence like usual. So we are going to be repeating the same sequence until we have around 24 rows, and then I'll meet you guys after we are done with this one leg, and then I'll show you how to join this other leg. We are back. We've done 24 rows on this side of our leg. We're going to start joining our work on the opposite side of our leg, and we're going to take our yarn, make a slip stitch, and we'll be attaching our yarn in the middle like we did on the previous row. So we'll attach our work on this side at the middle, make a slip stitch, and in the same stitch insert your hook, and we're going to be chaining 1, 2, and then in the same stitch make a half double crochet. Put a stitch marker on the stitch that you've made, and in the next stitch make a half double crochet. In the next stitch make a half double crochet. We are back at this point. We left this stitch marker here so that we can be able to know where our middle part is, or where we started our middle chain. So we're going to make a half double crochet, and then on this stitch we are going to make another half double crochet, and in the next make a half double crochet. I've made my half double crochet a bit lower just because I'm avoiding any sort of gapping. Keep making half double crochet until you get back to this point. I'll meet you guys there. We are back at this point. We're going to make our half double crochet, and then we are going to slip stitch on this chain, and we are done with our very first row. We are going to chain 1, 2. Remember to always turn your work. We're going to turn our work this way on the opposite side, and we are going to continue with our half double crochet stitches. So our work is going to be the same thing we've done on this side. We are going to keep making half double crochets on this side of our work until you have 24 rows like this other side. I'll meet you guys after that. We have done both legs. This is what you should have. We have a total number of 36 rows on this leg and a total number of 36 rows on this leg. We want our jumpsuit to be pants, so we are going to add more rows until it covers our whole leg. So do that. Keep repeating the same thing. I'll meet you guys after I'm done with both legs. For our legs, we've done a total number of 82 rows. We're going to start making the top part of our work. Take your yarn and make a slip stitch, and we're going to attach it on either corner, either this corner or this one. I'm going to attach it on this corner. We are going to insert our hook on this stitch. Make a slip stitch, and in the same stitch make a single crochet. In the next stitch, in the same stitch, make another single crochet. So make 2 single crochet in each stitch, and in the next stitch make 2 single crochet. We are working on our way upwards. In the next stitch, make a 2 single crochet. In the next stitch, make 2 single crochet. In the next stitch, make 2 single crochet. Repeat this until you get to this top part. I'll meet you guys there. We are at the top of our work. This is what you should have. So on this stitch right here, we are going to make another single crochet that is going to help us turn into a corner, and on top of these stitches we are going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch instead of making 2 single crochets like we were doing on the sides of our work. So on top here you just make 1 single crochet in each stitch. We are going to do this until you get to this point. We are at this point. We are going to make 3 single crochet on this stitch. It's going to be our turning stitch that is going to help our work turn this way. And then we are going to continue making 2 single crochet in every half double crochet like we did on this side. Repeat that until you get back to this point of our work. I'll meet you guys there. We are back at this bottom part of our work. We are going to be making single crochet in each stitch. So just make your normal single crochet in each stitch. Don't skip any stitch, and don't make 2 single crochet in one stitch, just 1 single crochet like we did at the top part of our work. We are on our last stitch. We are going to make a single crochet on that stitch, and then we are going to slip stitch on this stitch. We are going to move on to the next part of our work. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to skip 1, 2, and on the third chain from the hook, we are going to make a half double crochet stitch that's going to form these mesh stitches. Chain 2, skip 1, 2, on the third chain from the hook, make a mesh stitch just like that. Chain 2, on the third chain from the hook, make a mesh stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2, skip 1, 2, and make a mesh stitch. Chain 2, skip, repeat this until you get to the top of your work where we made 3 single crochet in the same stitch. I'll meet you guys there. We are at the top of our work. We are going to skip over 1 stitch, and you're going to chain 1, make a half double crochet on this stitch just like that, and then we are going to make another half double crochet in the next stitch like that, and then this is going to lead us to the top part of our work. We are going to chain around 300, a chain of 300 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Repeat this until you have chained 300. I'll meet you guys after that. We are done with our chain of 300. We are going to chain 1, and we are going to make slip stitches on top of our chain. Keep repeating this until you get to this point. I'll meet you guys there. We are back at this point. We're going to make a single crochet onto the next stitch, and this is what you should have. And in the next stitches, just make your normal single crochet in every stitch. We are back at this point. We're going to make a single crochet, and then we are going to chain 300 like we did this other side. Then we are going to repeat everything we've done on this side of our work on this other side. I'll meet you guys when we get back to this point, and we'll proceed from there. We are at the bottom part. We are going to just make single crochet on top of our stitches like we did at the neckline. Count these boxes that you made. They should be equal to the number of boxes on this side. For me, I have 30 boxes. That is inclusive of the chain 1 box that I made. So just keep that in mind. We are going to just single crochet until you get to this box right here. We are back at this point. We are going to slip stitch in the chain 2 that we made, chain 1, 2, and then cut off your yarn. Pull through your yarn and we are done. We're going to crisscross our work at the back. So what we do, we're going to be counting 1 up to 10, and on the 10th box you insert your chain. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Insert your chain just like that. Then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Insert your chain on that side. We are crisscrossing at the back. Then we're going to crisscross our work again. And then we start counting on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put it there. Count again on this other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to put our chain through that. Or crisscross at the back again. We are officially done. We're going to try our work on. When you wear it, ensure you crisscross it depending on what you're really going for. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe and let me know what you think in the comment down below. Have a good day.